Okay, here's a nice little parallel circuit puzzle. Okay, and this is just a sample. This will give you kind of a view into how we're going to go ahead and solve these. So you see a circuit that has three parallel resistors, R1, R2, and then we have another R over here, and I'm going to number that 3. Okay, so R3. And you see that the resistor R2, we know two things about it. We know its size. It is 30K ohms. Okay, what does the K mean there? The K means 1,000, so it's 30,000 ohms in size. I'm going to write that out. 30, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's how much resistance it has. And you'll notice how much current is flowing through that resistor is 4.5 mA. The M, in this case, stands for milli, so it's milliamps, 1,000th of an amp. Okay, it's a little hard to work with milliamps. Let's work with amps. So we need to transfer or translate 4.5 milliamps into amps. Okay, the easiest way to do this is remember that you have milli equals 1,000. Centi equals 100. Deci equals 10, and amps equal amps. Okay? So we're going to translate milliamps into amps, because when we do the math a little bit later, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to move the decimal place from 4.5 to 0.45. Okay, that means that if we move it there, we're talking about centiamps. Okay? If I move it another place to there, we're talking about deciamps. Okay? And if I move it one more place to there, we're talking about plain old amps. Okay? So let's put in those zeros. So now what we have is 0.0045 amps. Okay? So here are the two figures we're going to need to solve our puzzle. We have the 30,000 ohms, and we have the 0.0045 amps. And what we want to figure out is, what is the voltage? Okay, so how do we do that? Well, let's think back to 2 weeks ago when we were playing around with Ohm's law. And if we state Ohm's law simply, it is voltage E equals amperage I times resistance, or R. Okay, so what do we know about voltage? Well, one of the things we know in parallel circuits is the voltage here at the battery is the same as the voltage there at R1, is the same as the voltage there at R2, and is the same as the voltage there at R3. So, when we solve it for at resistor 2, that's going to tell us what the voltage is at the battery. So let's go ahead and plug everything into our formula. So here we go. We're going to solve for E. E equals I times R. I'm going to do it up here where I have a little bit more room. E equals I. Well, we know what I is. I is this 0.0045. So 0.0045. And we're going to multiply that by the ohms. And that is going to be 30,000. Okay, what happens when we multiply 0.0045 times 30,000? Well, I would get out your calculator to do this. I certainly cannot do it in my head. And it's going to be E equals 135 volts. So if we have 135 volts here, we also have 135 volts there, 135 volts there, and 135 volts there, because we know that the voltage at every point in a parallel circuit is the same. Thanks for watching.